What's good, y'all? I really wanted this to be a short, but it's too many things that happen for me to make it and put it in 60 seconds. So here we go. This is The Chi, season 6. I believe this is episode 5 or 6, and it's called One of Them Nights. So the kids are prepping for prom. Papa makes a big sign and asks Kenya to go to the prom with him. She says yes. This will be Kevin's time to Kevin and Maisha's time to let everybody know that they seeing each other or whatever. Because they had plans to go to the prom together. What else happened? Kevin gets a phone call or an offer. It's a team of people or whatever. They want to sponsor him. They want him to come out and live in LA and play video games. They're gonna put him up in the house and pay for it and all that kind of stuff. So he talks about it with Jake and Papa. Papa wants him to stay, don't want him to leave. Jake says sometimes you gotta leave people behind to go and chase your dreams. And we're gonna always be here. We're gonna miss you, but we'll always be here for you. Go ahead. Jake testing out some pants that he plans to wear. One side is black, one side is white. He's like really into the clothing stuff. I'm hoping it takes off for him. His hair look real good this episode. We see Darnell and Shard are working together. So Shard is working with Darnell doing the house calls, fixing things for people. And when he get paid after this one job, he's just like, we was in there all that time and it's only $100 job. Like, he gotta figure out what's like his money situation. He feel less of a man because he's living off of his woman. Darnell let him know, like, till you can do better, you just make sure you take care of everything in the house till you can do better as far as financially. But Shaw is sick of it. So we see Tiff. She met up with the weed supplier, and they learning to grow their weed. They doing something. She come out to her car. They hear a noise. She come outside. Somebody that stole her car. Dante is there, and he like, I think I know who did that. So they get in his car and they pull up to Duda's garage, and that's Tiffany's car is definitely in there. She make a big fuss and why I steal my car, and Duda gives the car back. Rob is there too. Rob is like, y'all gonna have to cover this fucking window because they bust the window to get in the car, and Duda said, we not doing that today. We not doing, basically like, no, we not. I'm not giving you that. You're going to have to eat that or whatever he said. And then he gets close to Rob and whispers that, he going to take it out. He can take it out of his next re-up, meaning that he don't have to pay as much. Like, take 200 or whatever, how much it costs to fix the window out of what you owe me or whatever. I said, Duda is unhinged. He trying to bitch everybody at this point. They go, and later on, once Emmett drops EJ off, he sees the window and he like, what the fuck? Because remember, dude, I helped him get that car for her. And he pissed about it. She said it's taken care of. He more worried about the car than about her, to be honest. And he ends up going to have a conversation with Duda. They're like, fuck you, Duda. Next thing you know, Nuck passed Duda the gun. Dude, put that gun up to Emmett like this and was like, I will kill you. Like, who the fuck you think you're talking to? So now Emmett see what we all been saying about Duda. Like, that was the wrong person to go into business with. But he is such a masterful serpent, that damn Duda is. So we see Bianca in her lounge. So that lounge spot where they was hanging at night, that's hers. It's a barbershop in the front, lounge in the back. And apparently Rob's mother, I forgot what they said her name was, she gave her the loan to open that place. And so she owes her a favor. So they talking, and she like, I heard you been having people in here and stuff. And she was like, Duda comes in here after hours. He doesn't come in here during the time we open. And she was like, well, we got to be careful about the company we keep and being in here or whatever. And she mentions that her brother has been killed or whatever. He gone. She said, I'm sorry for your loss. And she was like, you know you owe me a favor. And Bianca was like, I know. You ready to cash in on the favor? And she was like, no. But once I'm ready, I'm going to let you know, definitely. So she leaves. And later at night, Duda picks Bianca up. And she lets him know that the lady stopped by the place, and she just wanna assert her authority about the fact that, she gave me money to open the place or whatever. She just hanging around. She did mention that her brother was killed. He died. And dude, I was like, huh? And she was like, yeah. She was asking about it and stuff, but that's it. I didn't say much. I just gave her my condolences, and that was it with that conversation. And then she looked at him and said, did you kill him? And he was like, don't ask me the answer. Don't ask me questions you already know the answer to. And I was like, wow, so she did know or have inkling that dude I did. So the kids, they doing different things, getting ready for prom. Emmett takes Kev out. Kev get this like black and gold like brocade looking smoker's jacket or whatever. He tries one on. It was too big. M got him at the same place that dude I took him to. He was like, no, you need a smaller size or whatever. So they all doing that. We see Vic is at his house, and they talking and they doing a toast. The campaign manager is toasting Vic. And then as he in the middle of his toast, it was a knock at the door. And this guy, the real estate guy, comes in. And he introduces the real estate guy like, yeah, this is my fiance. And I'm like, my mother was looking like this at the TV. But yeah. So that's who the real estate guy is with. Vic is understanding he don't care because he don't want to identify as gay or trans attracted or whatever, but you are trans attracted. You with a whole trans person, and it's not the first time, But anyway, they talk about his campaign and all that kind of stuff. And then Vic pulls his campaign manager to the side and was talking to him like, what are you doing? Like, this guy, because I don't know, I forget how it came out, but we find out that the real estate guy, Vic, he mentioned that he worked with Duda. He helped him sell a house. Purchase a house in the area. And so Vic not feeling that. So he pulled the campaign manager to the side and was like, listen, he ain't the one to be played with. Like, you sure about this? Like, Duda is not it, And then the campaign manager was like, what is it? Like, I don't feel like you completely honest with me. And then that's when Vic admitted that he was like, I helped him get rid of a body, or I helped him dump a body. And the campaign manager like, what the fuck? So he goes home, and him and his fiance in there, and they get the pillow talking. And I'm guessing he told him what Vic said to him, because the campaign manager, the real estate guy is just like, well, I gotta look out for him because he helped me. Like, dude, that helped me out. He was the first house I sold. Like, I was just starting out, and he bought the first house, So he felt like he owed Duda too, and of course he know he owed Duda because that's just how Duda operate. If I do something, you gotta do what I ask you to do when I ask you to do it or whatever. So Duda have a conversation with Bakara. He shows him this real nice Lamborghini truck. He showed him a bunch of trucks, and Bakar picked the Lamborghini truck, and he told him he could hold it for the weekend, for to take Lene to the prom and all that kind of stuff. And they walk to the back of the truck, and he opens the trunk. He said, "But I thought I told you to get rid of this, the stash this, get somebody to stash this somewhere." And he like, I'm on it. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna give it to somebody. And I'm like, Bakari, you just getting sunk in more and more and more. So Bakari and the boys are talking. He have a conversation with all of them. And he said he nervous because Lene's brother wants to meet him. He's scared. He not scared, but he not nervous because he don't want to feel like, he don't want the brother to try to punk him and make him look different in Lene's eyes or whatever. So we see Keisha and Emmett first. Keisha goes to work. That same teacher that told her she could have the job or whatever, and then she got into it with the lady because the lady didn't like the fact that Keisha got this little boy to read that didn't want to read in front of the class. He can read, but he just didn't want to do it in front of everybody. So the lady tells her that she's being laid off because of budget cuts. She's been late too many times, and she's been late a lot, and she's had to leave early a lot. So she's last hired, first fired, basically. I'm not sure if it really was budget cuts. I don't know. Like, they didn't delve deeper into that. Because something tells me that lady got rid of her because she felt the way about Keisha. You know what I'm saying? About Keisha putting her on the spot that one episode. So she come home, she upset. And when Emmett comes in, Emmett came in fussing about Tiff's car getting stolen and stuff. And basically didn't even ask Keisha how her day was. And she had to yell like, I got fired from my job today. So she feel a way about that. She says she feels overwhelmed. It's a lot. Them being together, them living together. She doing all the stuff at home because he always at Smokies and stuff. You know, it's just too much. And she decides that she gonna figure out something. So she goes to her mother's house to pick up little Ronnie, because the mother babysit Ronnie, and she come in, the mother and Dre arguing. So apparently Dre did take her ex-fiance's number, and they been hanging out and all that, and texting each other in the wee hours of the night, and Nina ain't here for it. So Keisha comes in, she speaks, and Nina goes upstairs to get little Ronnie. And her and Dre have a conversation, and she told Dre, like, damn, I'm turning into my mother, because Keisha, when they was in the house, Keisha had told Emmett, like, I'm not going to be sitting in this house doing everything while you out there living your life and the world passed me by. And Nina said those exact same words to Dre in reference to her hanging out with the ex-fiance and all that stuff like that, right? So Keisha feeling away like, damn. She self-reflecting like, I don't want to be my mom. And she tells Dre that, like, I just said those exact words to Emmett before I left the house to come over here. So her and Dre have a good conversation, and Dre was like, you need to what do you think about getting some therapy? She was like, why you can't just be my therapist? She said, no, because this not going to work like that, Keish. You know, I got a really good friend that I can recommend for you, and you can go see her. So she said, I'd appreciate that, and she hugged. She said, thank you, Dre. Like, I really like Dre's relationship with those kids. And, Keisha actually does hit the therapist up, and we see her go and have a session, and she just, when the therapist allows her to talk, she just put it all out there. You know, she was kidnapped, she was sexually assaulted while being kidnapped. She had a baby from the kidnapper. She tried to go to school. She got back with her high school sweetheart, and they together, and he got 3 kids, 3 baby mamas. And she got her 1 kid, and they trying to make it work, but it's like he putting so much on her, she just overwhelmed. She don't have nothing left to pour into herself. So I think therapy is going to work out for Keisha, because she said she want to get better, she want to do better, you know, and get in a better headspace. Prom day comes. Prom day comes. Gemma is in the house trying on a prom dress. Tiara walked past the door and sees her. The dress is ugly. So Tiara offers to take her and get something else, like get ready for prom. And first she says no. And she was like, it's either going to be me or your dad. Like, I can help you. So she takes her out. They go to some place, and it's just them there. It's not like a place with a whole lot of people, whatever. And Tiara was saying that she's not a people person like that. She don't like to be around a bunch of people, whatever. So they come back, and we see them, the father sitting downstairs waiting for Gemma to come down. Gemma came down with this dress, and y'all know all those dresses. The dress that has like a glittery material, but it's like some sheer nude panels around. And the way her dress was made, you know, the panel here, this is covered. And then it might have been a little bit of nude illusion mesh right here. And then it was cut high on one thigh. And the father was like, what the hell is this? Like, she not wearing that. you might as well go upstairs and take that shit right back off. And Tiara was like, what are you doing? Like, she's a young woman. Like, she going to the prom. Like, what was wrong with the dress? And me, in my opinion, she is fully covered. Now, the illusion mesh, the placement of that wouldn't have bothered me at all. The only thing I was concerned about is like that the split on the side was kind of high. But the girl had been pregnant already and every damn thing. Like, what is you doing, father? So he said she ain't going to no prom dressed like that or whatever. He said my daughter not going out here dressed like a hoe. And she said, well, what do you think about me? And he was looking shook, like he couldn't get his words together or whatever. She had put him on the spot. So we see the boys sitting down talking. No, before we see the boys talking, we see Bakari, Papa in his room getting ready. His father having a conversation with him, tying his tie and telling him his bow tie, and he's telling him like, listen, I'm always with you at all times. So when you go out here, you know you representing me. So don't operate like I'm on your shoulder. So don't be doing nothing that's gonna bring bad to my name or whatever. And Papa was like, when will I have room to just be me? I can't be perfect at all times. And so he told him, like, son, I love you and all that kind of stuff, and was reassuring him. Then Bakari walks in. And he's like, where's your tux? Papa got pink on. Bakari got on black, like a charcoal black, deep charcoal black. I mean, gray. He got the whole suit with the turtleneck look on. I'm like, if it's prom is usually in summer, and why you got a turtleneck on for summer? Almost summer, But whatever. So Bakari talks to Papa's dad and lets him know that Lene's brother wants to meet him. So he was like, these are 3 things you got to worry about. Look him in the eye, shake him, give him a firm handshake, and walk away from whatever he says with confidence. That's all you got to do. So Bakari takes that in. And he said, thanks, Papa, to Papa's daddy. Then we also had a scene where Bakari goes over to Shard's house, knocks on the door, comes in with that bag, and sit it down. Shard opened it. He was like, bruh, I told you I'm not doing this. I'm not getting involved with that. And Bakari like, listen, like, it's only going to be for a little while. And Shard said, yeah, that's what they all say. That's what dude always going to say. A little while. I'm not going back to jail for nobody. So Bakari was like, I can take care of you, man. I know you need some money. And so he took out 2 knots of money and gave it to Shard. And Shard was like, how long is a little while? And Bakari's just like, not long. Because dude, I told him he better get somebody to hold that stuff. Or else. So Shard took the money. He hid the guns in the vent. But my whole thing is, what's going to happen when she turned it? Well, it's springtime, I guess. So the heat not going to be on anytime soon, so they should be fine in there. But any other time of the year where the heat was on, that would be a problem, I'm guessing. But he holds that for him. He meets up with the boys. So it's him. And I like the fact that the way they wrote Bakari's character, he's had a full turnaround. Because he even told Shard, like, what happened to the thug or the guy that came to me hard and made me change my ways or whatever? He said, I'm still that guy and I don't want to go to jail and I don't want you going to jail. Like the last time I listened to somebody, I went to jail for a long time trying to help somebody out or whatever for a little while or whatever. So as I was saying, I like the relationship that we see that the boys have. Like they all is Bakari, Papa, Jake, and Kev. So they all talking and they like, who y'all going to prom with and all that, and Kevin just smiling. And next thing you know, Papa gets a text. Kenya not meeting him for prom. She can't go. She said, but you can come over here at the prom if you want to. My parents are out of town. So they was like, that's when he told them, like, she ain't coming. I'm going to the prom by myself now. But she told me to come out over after prom. And Bakari like, and what y'all finna get into? He was like, that's for me to know and you to try to figure out or whatever. Like, I'm not telling you what we doing. I'm a grown man by mine, or whatever he said, something slick. So they go and meet, I'm guessing, I don't know whose house they was that they all met up at. And they outside, they got the balloons out there and everything. And taking pictures. Lene's brother is out there and everything. Vic is out there to see Jake off. Jake's outfit ended up being real nice. I liked it. They go to the prom and they have no, before they even go to the prom, Lene's brother told Bakari, "That's my sister and I love her. And she all I got. We all each other had for real. You better protect her with your life. Take care of my sister while she out here with you." And I'm like, wow. And Bakari was like, "I got it. I protect her. I protect her." And I'm saying, okay, good. So they go to the prom. They have a good time. Bakari drops Papa off to Kenya's house. And my whole thing is, you dropped him off in this neighborhood. You didn't even wait to see if the person come to the door and open the door for him or not. You just peel right on off after he gets out of the car and walks towards the steps. But she did come to the door, her little boy. He was like, "Hey, that's your little brother." She said, "No, it's my son." So we ain't see nothing else besides that Papa goes in the house. We go back to Bakari and Lene in the car. They rapping along to the songs. Bakari is driving fast, it looks like. And I'm like, oh God, what's going to happen? And they end up getting pulled over by the police. The next thing we see is Dre and Nina and Lene's brother. And we see Papa's father waiting. They all waiting for them to come out. So they come out. Lene comes to them, hugs all of them. And Papa's dad, Mr. Stanley, he gets Bakari. We never see Lene and Bakari hug or anything like that. We don't even see Papa Stanley talk to Nina or Dre about what might have happened or whatever. We just see them separate. They Papa's dad, Mr. Stanley, is driving. Papa's in the passenger seat and Bakari sitting in the back. And I could have sworn I saw Bakari sniffling and crying. He know he in trouble because he got pulled over in that car that was one of Duda's cars. And I believe it probably was a stolen car that Duda told him he can drive all weekend. And he know he gonna be in trouble with Duda for this. And he probably feel a way about the fact that he told her brother he was gonna protect her and not get her caught up enough, and here it is, y'all done got arrested. Y'all first night going out together. But they hug Lene and they all in the car together going home. And the other car with Dre, Nina, Lene, and her brother. The next thing I know, we see Kev and Maisha having a conversation. And he was like, "What if you had to leave and go to LA to make your dream come true?" He put it to her like if it was her that was going to leave. And she was like, "I would do what I got to do. Like, people going to be here. If they real, they going to be here for you when you get back, whenever you can make it back. But if you got an opportunity to make your dreams come true, you got to go take the opportunity to make your dream come true." And I'm like, wow. She was like, "And you could come visit me sometimes." That's what she said to Kevin. I'm thinking to myself, all right, how's she going to feel when the shoes on her foot? Because he's really asking for himself because he still hasn't told her. And they just decided they're going to be together. He still hasn't told her, that this opportunity has come his way. I think that was basically it because next thing you know, after the prom, we see that Kev calls the sponsor and tell him he in. And then the episode goes off, right? And my whole thing is this. About this whole entire episode. I love this episode, seeing them go to the prom and stuff. I love the steps that Keisha is making to work on herself and really try to get herself balanced. I'm sad that it had to happen this way, but I'm glad Emmett got a reminder of who he really is working for, working with, or whatever. Because at this point, you're working for him. I believe Rob's mother, because I forget Lynn Whitfield character's name. when she calling that favor, I think she gonna call in a favor for Bianca to do something to allow her to set Douda up so she can get Rob along with him, or she can get along with him. I think that's what her favor gonna be. I love that the kids went to the prom. I love that Gemma gave Tierra a chance finally. Tierra said that her and Gemma's dad just realized they both been running from love for a very long time, and they finally decided to try to, give something a serious try or whatever. I don't know if I really buy that though. I don't know, because to me Tierra seemed like she always got some kind of angle, so I don't know. But and remember, she called Douda her uncle. Isn't that how she was first brought in, when she was brought in to be with Trig during his first campaign? To be the alderman and all that kind of stuff, or whatever it was. She was brought in by Douda, so how all of a sudden you with the guy that he beat up real bad? He almost killed him. So, I don't know. I still don't trust Tierra. But, that was The Chi. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. I didn't know it was going to end up being 26 minutes. But I hope y'all enjoy it. Please give me a like. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will see y'all in the next one. Also, before I go, in the group, it's a group on Facebook. They do Power and The Chi. Everybody been speculating the last 2 weeks. Who do y'all think is in the casket? A lot of people are feeling like the writers are trying to throw us off, and with these scenes with Papa's dad, Mr. Stanley, because some people feel like we getting all these scenes with Mr. Stanley so he can get his shine before his character is killed off by Douda or one of Douda peoples. And then some people are like, no, that's too obvious. It ain't gonna be him. It's gonna be somebody else. So who do y'all think is gonna be in that casket in the funeral scene? Some people think it's going to be Bakari. They think that Bakari going to try to save Stanley and end up getting killed himself. I could see that happening. Because he really look at Mr. Stanley like a dad, and he don't want to do that to hurt Mr. Stanley. I know he don't. Mr. Stanley make him feel like he got a father. And honestly, he really in his mind believes that he only working with Douda for a little bit to get enough money to get out of Papa's house off the couch or whatever. But it don't work like that with Douda, sweetheart. It just don't. Douda just intertwined all up in everybody's stuff. And it's crazy. Oh, I forgot to mention. The feds came to Trig's door late at night. Told him he got to come with them and have a conversation. And Fatima is worried, but Trig said it's okay. And my mother thinks that the campaign manager's fiance is part of the feds and called them and got them to come to Trig. And I'm like, no, that's not what happened. Remember, Rosalind told him that the feds been snooping around trying to build a case against Douda, and they was eventually going to come to him. But when do they come to your house in the wee hours of the night, like midnight and stuff like that? When do they do that? Somebody let me know. And with that, that's it. I see y'all next time.